my 6. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the most awesomest homesteading channel on the planet that typically doesn't have anything to do with homesteading whatsoever. Homesteading off the grid. It's a beautiful spring morning here. I'm making a demo video today for the Vevor food sealing vacuum packer machine thing. And typically I don't show the unboxing of these things, but I popped the top off of this thing and I wanted to show you how well this thing is shipped, because this is an approximately $300-ish piece of machinery, and you want to know, if you pay that much for something and then it comes via courier, is it going to be safe, or is it going to show up dropped and broken? Let me show you how awesomely this thing was packaged, and then I'm going to figure out how to use it, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Check this out. All right, welcome to my back porch. We must step over our Vevor firewood rack, and under our Vevor pull-up bar, which does get used. Oh, and notice our Vevor wood smoker back there. Ignore the trash can. That's a Sunjoe. That's not a Vevor product. But anyway, hey, FYI, still works all these years later. Check this out. So it comes in this big box. I cut the top off, and I started to take out all of this stuff, and I thought, I got to show the folks this, because this is so well packaged. Look at this. Now, there's a lot of this stuff to have to deal with, but this thing did not even shift in shipping. I'm going to need both hands for this, but I just wanted to show you how well the product's packaged so you'll know it's safe when it arrives. All right, guys, we have it unpacked, unboxed, and what a beautiful machine this is. This is the Vevor vacuum packing machine, model 260C, 110 volt, and it is gorgeous. It is big, heavy, bulky, high quality. Over here, we've got the on-off switch, as you can see. We've got our outlet, and this is interesting. This is how I knew which exact model it was. They have it checked. But on the back of Vevor products, where it says Tough Tools half price, which is true. And by the way, guys, I just looked it up on Amazon. This unit is approximately $350. They have a web address where you can get technical support and e-warranty certification. A good friend of mine, Heath, from Heath's house, is a true believer in Vevor products. He's been using them for years, and we're trying to get Vevor to sponsor him too. Hint, hint, Vevor. But he has had in the past where I think he said he had one product that had a defect with it after he received it, and he contacted Vevor, and they let him do an exchange free of charge. I think he said they even paid the shipping. So they do stay true to their word. Now, I'm going to open this up. Hopefully I can do this all one-handed just to see what all comes with this. What's interesting, it's a bottle of oil. Here's all the gizzards. We got all the guts and stuff in here we're going to need. I have no clue what I'm going to need that for yet. I'm going to have to spend some time going through the owner's manual before I show you guys how this works. I did it one-handed, right? And in that regard, the Vevor owner's manuals and instruction manuals are always so well written. They're simple. They are here's all the stuff that comes with it. That's neat, so I'll understand that. The parts lists, they do a great job displaying the unit, showing what goes where and what does what. And then here's the operating instructions. These are so simple. I'm going to take just a few minutes to read through this so that I do this safely, so I don't get hurt and so I don't break this machine. My beautiful bride, Dearly, aka Giggly Girl, is extremely excited about this machine because she's going to be vacuum packing a lot of traditional Filipino lumpia. That's kind of her side gig, and this product is really going to help with that. So let me figure out how to use it and then show y'all. Okay, guys, so this thing is a little more complicated than most Vevor products I get. I usually just get things that are simple that you got to screw together, but this is like an electronic thing and stuff. So there's actually a few steps you've got to do, and I thought I'd just share those with you while I'm reading through the owner's manual and doing it. The first thing you got to do is take the back panel off. There's actually 4 screws. I took off the other 3 to save you time before I started recording. I was wondering what this was. I thought this was cooking oil, but it's not. So good thing I didn't drink it. All right, so I got to take out the oil mist filter. Which is this thing. Add vacuum pump oil, which is this. Oil level needs between 1/2 and 3/4 of the observation hole. Do not fill. So this is the observation hole. Let me show you that. Whoops. Okay, so that's how we'll be able to tell how much oil is in it. So I need to take this out to put that oil in, and let me figure out how to do that, and I'll share that info with you. And as soon as I stopped recording, I figured out immediately how it comes off. It just unscrews to the left. And then that reveals the hole where we can put the oil. And in your kit of gizzards, I always call these gizzards, whatever I get, the packet of all the stuff you got to use. It's just like a turkey, you know, it's got all these guts. And so it comes with the cap for the oil, which is nice because then it makes it easy to get in here and fill this. Now again, it says 1/2 to 3/4 of the way up. So let me do my best here. Hey, all right, the oil comes out very easily. I'm not seeing the oil level rise just yet, which is good because that means it holds enough oil to allow you to be able to do quite a bit of work before you have to put more oil in it, as you know. Oh man, I'm getting, yeah, this is great. It's good that they send you this oil. "20 years later." Used about 1/4 of the bottle. Still not really coming up enough to notice, so we'll just keep on going. Maybe if I go this way. There we go. I spilled a little bit. It's performance anxiety, guys. Whoop. And then trying to look at the camera and the oil thing at the same time to make sure I'm getting it. All right, let's see here. Oh, there we go. So let's go to 1/2 to 3/4. There we go. And we used about half the bottle that comes with the unit, so that lets us know that, you know, that's great. What I like to do is I hate running out of stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and order another bottle, and then when that bottle gets down to half, after I've gone through this one and that one's down to half, I'll order another. Because there's nothing more frustrating than trying to use something only to find out you don't have what you need to use it. So then after we do that, this just simply screws right back on. It was lefty-loosey to take it off. It's going to be righty-tighty to put it back on. All right, so there we go. And now, off screen, I'll simply put the back part of the unit back on now that that's taken care of. All right, so we got the oil in and we've got the back cover back on. And the next step, and guys, I usually don't do this part of it with you, but I am in this case because, again, I don't want anybody out there getting hurt or being confused since this is like it plugs in and stuff. All right, so that's actually the next step. The guide says to plug it in. So that goes there, and then this, in case you don't know how to plug stuff in, goes here. Wow. All right, now what? All right, guys, so once we've got it plugged in, we turn this on. Wow, I heard it. It's working. Then we come over here. Here's the front panel. Oh, look at those numbers. Really cool. All electronic and stuff. Unlike my pull-up bar and firewood racks. Oh, that porch swing out there is from Vevor too. All right. So, at this point, it says that we've got to set the vacuum time. This is in a standby state. Click the decrease or increase button and blah, blah, blah. It says ideally keep it set for 30 to 40 seconds, and it's already there, 35 seconds. Sealing time, I don't know, was that 1.8 seconds? Yep, and the sealing time is generally set to 2.2. So let's set this up. They're saying set that from 2 to 2.2. And then the cooling time in the standby state, click the decrease or increase button, set the ideal cooling time. General items are set to 3 to 5 seconds. Well, that's already at 5 and we'll keep it there. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to seal anything that is hot. I'm going to be sealing some uncooked venison from a deer that we harvested here on the property just a couple of days ago. And you're probably saying, wait a minute, it's not deer season. No, it's not. We have a damage control kill permit from the DNR. We are legally allowed to harvest up to 10 deer per year out of season, 6 in season for 16 a year. We do about half that because we only harvest what we can eat and what our friends that we share our venison with can eat. So at any rate, we have some tenderloin that I want to seal up, and that's what we're going to do. So let me get the meat. All right, so again, this video is just for demonstration purposes. So to that point, I'm just going to get a strip of meat here. There's some beautiful tenderloin. You know, I was going to cut it up, as you can tell, but I'm just going to keep it at that size just to see how this unit works. FYI, oh, my glasses fall off. I don't need it for the same way. FYI, venison is more lean than chicken breast. It is the most lean red meat there is. It's typically the only red meat I will allow myself to eat. I am naturally prone to high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and I'm on 0 medications. I'm in my 50s. Somebody was talking to me here recently about health insurance and medical care and all these things. The best health insurance any of us can have is an active lifestyle with regular exercise, a healthy diet, and make sure that we do not abuse substances. You want to have a cold one? You want to partake of the Lord's lettuce? That's great. But if it becomes excessive and abusive, that's a different story. So if you can stay within those parameters, as I myself do, every time I go to the doctor, because I do go to the doctor for regular checkups to make sure there's nothing going on in here that I'm unaware of, all my numbers are in line. And I recently had an appointment within the last few months with a doctor who was afraid that he had the wrong file. It was through the VA, and he was going through some other stuff. He says, this is the first time in over 3 years that I've seen anybody who's not on any medications. And I can't say I've ever seen anybody over 50 with your, issues is what we'll call them, as prognosed through the VA after time in service, deployment in Iraq, year in hell, somebody over 50 who's on no medications. So it works. And I know a lot of folks, I'm probably going to lose subscribers because I kill Bambi. I won't judge you for your lifestyle choices. Don't judge me. If you do, fine, go ahead, unsubscribe, but I still won't judge you back because I know better. I've never seen a recall on venison, and I don't know why it's so inhumane to dispatch a deer on your property almost instantaneous when you know what you're doing, instantaneously, versus buying meat in a store where if you're getting chicken, that bird, while it was alive, might have been sitting under 40 other cages being defecated on for the entirety of its life. If for some reason you think that's more humane than this, hey, you do you, I'll do me. Now, let's see how we put this in the sealer and get it to work. Okay, so I've already opened the top. I'm ready to seal. I want to point out that once the unit is on, once you open it, every time you shut it, it will start to vacuum. So be aware of that. We've got our venison in our bag. We simply lay the bag in. You got to raise this. We want to go underneath this. Make sure I'm getting this on camera. This up here is where the seal is going to take place. So flip it up and go ahead and just make sure everything's flat and level. Then according to the instruction manual, once we close this lid with our hands and press down firmly, it's going to start, and then we just sit back and watch and give it time to do its thing. That, press down firmly, let it go. Again, I've got the timers set to the standard settings as recommended by the instruction manual. We can see the vacuum time counting down. I think I had it on 25 seconds. We can see the gauge where it's measuring the pressure, the vacuum meter as it operates. We've got the sealing time. It's going to take about 2.5 seconds, 2.2 seconds, where it's going to put some heat on the top of that bag to seal it. Here we go. Oh wow, look at that. Just vacuum all the air out of that. It opens right back up. Now let's check the seal. I'm trying to not, my glasses not fall off my face. Wow, look at that. So there's no air left in that bag, and it is firmly sealed. This, again, it's a $350 product, and at first you might say, wow, that's kind of pricey. But let me tell you, it is industrial grade, and Vevor claims, and I've watched other reviews online, and they claim that these seals hold. You're not going to throw this tenderloin in the freezer. And again, if I were seriously packing this deer up to freeze, I would put a lot more meat in here than this. I just did this for example purposes for the video. But this seal will not come unsealed. What is sealed will not come unsealed. All right, and quickly before I go, I do want to point out that it comes with, I mean, look at this. I don't know how many bags are in there, but that's a lot of bags. We're going to be able to get several deer, you know, in there, and plus the vegetables we grow and whatever it is that we want to do. But my gosh, that was short and sweet and straightforward and pretty easy to use. So there we have it, folks. Another wonderful product from Vevor. Vevor, thank you so much for sponsoring this channel and sending us wonderful products like that. I know a lot of you out there are concerned about health, and you like, a lot of you eat wild game, or a lot of you raise your own food because you know what goes in it. Well, once, you know, we have harvested our wild game, or once we have prepped, you know, an animal that we've raised for consumption, we got to make sure that it lasts until it's time for us to consume it. So this Vevor food sealing product really is going to help us with that. It's so far it's doing a great job, as I just showed through the demo here. I hope you liked it. The link to purchase that product will be in the description box below. Again, I stand firmly by Vevor. They've been sponsoring this channel for 5 or 6 years. They're one of several of our sponsors, but they are our premier sponsor. And it's not because they like us more than the other sponsors. It's because we like them more than our other sponsors. Every single product that we have from Vevor, the first one being, I believe it was the electrical heating tape that you wrap around your water pipes under your house to keep them from freezing in the winter. Everything that we have, we still use, and it still works. They really are tough tools. They do come at half the price of the competition. Can't recommend Vevor products enough. Thanks for being with us here for another video on the most awesomest homesteading channel on the entire planet. It typically doesn't have anything to do with homesteading, though this one kind of sort of does. See you for more next time, as you have a beautiful view of my grass-fed venison's grass.